The importance of mentors, particularly for adolescent girls of color, can never be understated. With online bullying, workplace gender inequality, and more recently sexual harassment constantly in the news, it's more important than ever for the next generation of women to have a positive female role model to look up to. To give us even more insight into this issue, we've invited Wendy Foster, CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Massachusetts Bay. That's the largest Big Brothers Big Sisters affiliate in New England. Wendy is also a big sister to her little sister, Chanel. They've been matched together for a few years now. Also joining us this morning is Renee Bell, a big sister to 9-year-old Alyssa Santiago. As a PhD candidate in mathematics at MIT, Renee has had the opportunity to share her love of STEM, travel, crafts, and cuisines and cultures from around the world with Alyssa. Welcome to Urban Update, ladies. Thanks for coming in. This is really amazing. Wendy, talk to me about, we always hear about the importance of mentoring for boys to have a male role model in their lives, a father figure. But today we're exploring girls and why it's important, particularly for this generation of girls to have a mentor in their lives. I guess talk to me about the importance of girls having this type of mentor relationship, and how does that vary at all from what boys need?
Sure. Well, all children need mentors, and we need more adults to step forward. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Massachusetts Bay is serving over 3,000 kids a year now, and we still have children waiting right now for a mentor. So I hope people will consider adding a child to their life. Boys and girls have different needs. Boys, as you said, can sometimes be growing up without a father figure. They are more likely to have behavior problems in school, to be suspended, to not graduate high school, to not go to college, and if they do, to not graduate. Girls have different needs. They face persistent sexism. They have mixed messages about the roles and the value of women in our society. Teenage girls can often lose confidence and self-esteem. They can be, as you said, bullied, and they're trying to make their way in the world and aspire to careers, and they don't see a lot of female role models to help them pattern themselves.
Now, I understand you have a little sister yourself. Tell me a little bit about her and some of the things that you do together.
Sure. My little sister and I have been together for 6 years now. I can't hardly believe it's been that long. And I was just reflecting the other day, she had called me to ask if I'd help her with a scholarship application. And we sat at my dining room table for a whole day and worked on the essays. And I thought, gosh, I met this little person when she was in 2nd grade and 7 years old. And we used to do things like, go jumping on trampolines, and we've explored the city together. And here we are doing things now at this stage in her life that are about her real future and her career aspirations. And it's just so rewarding. It's so easy to do, and I can't believe how much it's enriched my life.
Wow, amazing. It sounds so rewarding. Renee, now you've been a big sister for, what, 2 years now, is it?
Yeah, that's
2
right,
years?
2 years.
Talk to me about your little sister and how you've seen her benefit and things that you do together.
Well, yeah, so she's, all the wonderful things about her have just gotten magnified over the years. And also she's just become so confident and just wildly ambitious. I remember...
And what's her age now?
She's 9 now, and she was 7 when we met.
Okay.
And one of our outings early on, she had a 4-wheel bike with training wheels, and she decided that she wanted to try to bike with me, like she had seen me biking around. And I thought it would take a few weeks or something, but she learned how to ride a 2-wheel bike in 1 day. And she was very fiercely independent about it, wanted minimal help from me, but just received input on ideas for how to balance herself and things like that. So.
What things do you try to, or do you want to try to instill in her as she grows up, as a big sister?
Well, as Wendy mentioned, there are not that many female role models in certain professional positions, and from what I've seen, the ones who are in a lot of professional positions are very kind of polished and not necessarily relatable. So I want her to know that she can do whatever she wants without sacrificing who she is, and she can still be weird and quirky, but be a mathematician or a scientist or whatever she puts her mind to.
Wow. Now, Wendy, Is there a defining moment at all on your relationship over the years with your little sister? Is there something that stands out in particular?
You know, there's been so many moments. There's no singular moment that I say, oh, you know, that was it. But the trajectory of this friendship as it's deepened and grown and become so much more meaningful to both of us, I sit there and think to myself, I can't imagine my life without my little sister in it.
Yeah. What about you, Renee? Anything in your 2 years that really stands out, a particular moment at all?
Yeah, it's just a small memory. We were at the beach and the water was very cold and I didn't really want to go in, but Alisa yelled, "Let's face our fears," and we just ran in together. So she encourages me to be more courageous as well.
Wow. Oh, that's just lovely. Now, Wendy, talk to me about the need for big sisters, big sisters of color.
Absolutely. We work very hard to have a large variety of adults to match with children because everyone's unique. Most of the children that we serve are of color, and we are constantly looking for more volunteers of color.
So how can a person get involved, or how do you go about doing it?
It's easy as clicking to www.massbaybigs.org. We'll get you going in just a few minutes.
Wow. What about the, I guess, the situation? What type of kids are we talking about? What ages are we talking about?
Children are usually between the ages of 7 and 12 when we first start a mentoring relationship. Relationships usually last about 3 years. We do have programs that start in high school for people who are more interested in working with older kids. No matter what kind of a child you are looking to work with, we will have the perfect match for you.
What kind of circumstances usually that bring kids to the Big Brother, Big Sister program?
We're generally talking about families that are struggling. They're under-resourced financially, economically, generally living in communities that are also under-resourced. And so we're looking to add to their ability to raise their kids the way they want to. We partner with those families so their kids can thrive. Mm-hmm.
And Renee, I guess, what would you say to anyone out there who you would like to convince or just to become a big sister to some of these little girls?
The matching system is great. I feel like I have so much in common with my little sister, and she's like me. And it's great because sometimes people in scientific professions can feel like another class of people. But I want my sister to know that she's like me, and I'm a mathematician, so she can become a mathematician. So it's a great way to meet a child who's like you and may not even know it yet, and show them, you know, a possibility for their future.
It seems like such a big responsibility, Wendy, that I mean, that someone might be afraid to try something like this and not realize that the attributes, that assets that they have can benefit a young girl somewhere.
Yeah, any adult who's willing to spend a little time having fun and being a friend to a child can do this. It's as easy as that.
Okay, and what was that website again?
massbaybigs.org.
Okay, all right. Wendy Foster, Renee Bell, thank you both for coming in. And that is congratulations on really wonderful work you're doing personally with your two little sisters there.
Thank you.
Okay, well, coming up, celebrating 50 years of preserving, conserving, and interpreting the contributions of African Americans. All the information in just a few moments right here on Urban Update.